Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Monday, July 10th, 2023. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief presented by Annapolis Subaru and the SPCA of Anne Arundel County. Well, that was kind of a soggy end to the weekend, but hey, any weekend without work is a good weekend in my book. We do have some news to catch up on, so shall we? Just a quick reminder, in case you are not signed up, we do now have a daily news recap newsletter. It is local, it is free, and it hits your inbox every night at 7 p.m. I'm going to drop a link right here in the show notes. At 2:55 a.m. on Saturday morning, nearly 50 gunshots rang out near President and Madison Streets in Eastport. Nearly 2 full minutes of at least 3 weapons being fired. You want to head to eyeonannapolis.net. We do have a recording of the gun battle. So far, the Annapolis Police have only said that 5 vehicles and 2 apartment buildings were struck and there were no reported injuries. My concern, and this may be a little bit oddly skewed, is that if 50 shots can be fired, presumably at a person, and there are no injuries, the shooters are poor marksmen, and it's only a matter of time until another innocent bystander is killed. In more APD news, the police have released body-worn camera still images of 2 suspects that assaulted officers during the fracas on July 4th. If you'll recall, one woman tried to disarm an officer, disappeared into the crowd, and returned later to punch the officer. And as they were arresting a man for assault and setting off fireworks, another man punched another officer. We have photos at eyeonannapolis.net, and they are kind of blurry, but I do think that the people are very identifiable. If anybody knows who they are, 410-260-3439 is the number to call, and you can remain anonymous. Annapolis Mayor Buckley hopes to have his latest pick for planning and zoning director confirmed at a meeting later on tonight. Chris Jakubiak, a city planner by trade and recently a contractor to Annapolis for the 2040 Comprehensive Plan, will hopefully start immediately with a salary of $185,000. Jakubiak was hired by the Cohen administration way back when to develop a plan for CityDock that ultimately failed when there was a lot of discontent among the residents and businesses. In fact, that plan actually spawned a group called Save Annapolis, which was largely funded by the late Ed Hartman, which funded a primary opponent against Cohen, ultimately lost, but ultimately it cost Cohen his second term in office when Mike Pantelides won by a handful of votes. There is an important Board of Education meeting today. The board will vote on the use of flags in the classroom. The proposed policy will not allow any flags other than city, county, state, or U.S. flags unless there is a bona fide educational need. Right now, the board does seem pretty well split, so it is likely to fail. But the big news is that Superintendent Mark Bedell will present his recommendations for redistricting the northern part of the county. There was time for public input, but that time has passed. There will be no more at this point. The board is expected to discuss it and vote on it in November to be adopted in August of 2024 before the start of the next school year. The plan will be posted online after the meeting. If you're an artist, the Art and Public Places Commission in Annapolis wants you. The Commission and the City of Annapolis is looking for the next art installation to grace the center of Westgate Circle. The last installation was a whale carcass and hot dogs on a stick. At least that's what it looked like to me. So if you have an idea for a long-term project, an RFQ, or request for qualifications, is due by September 2nd, and the final decision and award will be on December 1st. All of the details can be found at acaac.org. Once again, that's acaac.org. Here's a fun fact for you. In 7 days, Maryland sold $10.4 million worth of recreational cannabis. All things being equal, among all of Maryland's 24 counties and Baltimore City, that's $433,000 per jurisdiction per week, or $22.5 million per year. With a 9% sales tax on that, the state is reaping in $48.6 million in taxes. In keeping with true Annapolis green fashion, they let me know late on Friday about their green drinks tomorrow night at the Paca House. 5:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m., and they ask for a $10 donation. You will have cocktails, wine from Doden Vineyards, beer from the Crooked Crab, and lots of discussion on Plastic-Free July, which is now. Rain or shine, tents are on site, but you can learn more, and you should, at AnnapolisGreen.com. Hopefully you caught our Canines and Croisstreks segment on Friday. Louie, an older poodle, was our guest, but do check out our post from noon on Friday for some great photos. And if you have some room in your heart and home for Louie, we have all of the information on how to adopt him. And on Saturday, we did speak with Tim Schnupp from the PutAway, a new indoor pickleball facility under construction up in Millersville. That was a fun one, and man, I'll tell you, pickleball is taking over the world, it seems. But do give that a listen for sure. And next Saturday, we're going to be speaking with Nicole Kelch from the Ballet Theater of Maryland. All right, that is a wrap. Thank you first and foremost, and also a quick thank you to our sponsors for today's Daily News Brief: Annapolis Subaru, the SPCA of Anne Arundel County, Solar Energy Services, the Hospice of the Chesapeake, and Alpha Engineering. And Ann Alsina is here with us this morning with her Monday Money Report, and George from DCMDVA Weather is here with the only locally forecast weather report you're going to find. All that coming up in just a bit, so hang around.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services. Have you been looking for ways to save money recently? Maybe you should consider solar energy for your home. Or are you waiting for the technology to get cheaper? If so, how long are you going to wait? Today's solar costs less than 20% of what it cost 10 years ago. But while solar prices have declined every year, so have the financial incentives. Bottom line, if you wait for cheaper solar, you're also waiting for lower incentives. Take my home, for example. My solar system was installed in 2010, and it's been paid off for almost 5 years, and I no longer have to buy any electricity for another 15 to 20 years. If I waited for cheaper solar, I'd still be paying an electric bill. At Solar Energy Services, we have thousands of satisfied customers who are sure glad they didn't wait. So what are you waiting for? Sunshine's a wasted. Call us today for a free solar design at 410-923-6090 or on the web at solarsaves.net.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be. So you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMDVA weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMDVA weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMDVA Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Monday, July 10th. Not a bad weekend for the Annapolis region, despite yesterday's rain and storms, and while sunny skies will return Tuesday and Wednesday, we'll likely see a return to a setup with hot temps and daily chances of showers and storms Thursday through the weekend. Look for mostly cloudy skies today with highs in the mid or upper 80s, with a chance for a few showers and storms, followed by mostly sunny conditions tomorrow and Wednesday, with highs in the upper 80s to mid-90s both days, with plenty of 90s then on tap Thursday through the weekend, with a chance of showers and storms each day through that stretch as we hit the midpoint of July 2023. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DCMDVA Weather. Make it a great day out there today. Stay healthy and be safe. And be sure to follow DCMDVA Weather on Facebook and Twitter for regular updates each day, along with the website at dcmdvaweather.info, so you can always stay weather informed.
The benefits of a good night's sleep are well documented. Sleeping well prevents weight gain, improves concentration and creativity, and boosts the immune system. So, what keeps you up at night? If you run a business, then the security of your computer network may be one of those things. Threats like ransomware and phishing are becoming increasingly sophisticated and pose a real risk to any business. Don't let these cyber threats keep you up at night. At Alpha, they've been helping their customers sleep better for over 30 years by monitoring in real time and hardening network defenses. And for those irritating IT issues that arise every day, Alpha's just a phone call away, helping your business run smoothly and helping you sleep better, knowing Alpha is on guard. Give Alpha a call to see if they can ease your worries and help you get the rest you deserve. Find them at alphagetsit.com.
You work hard for your money, Is your money working hard for you? Managing and investing, it can be confusing. Ann Alsina, a financial planner from CovingtonAlsina, has been helping people make sense of it all for over 17 years. Are you ready? Now here's your Monday Money Report.
This is Ann Alsina of CovingtonAlsina with your Monday Money Report. Last week, the market fell on Thursday with the release of jobs data, then rebounded on Friday for a slightly down week. Why do employment numbers impact the market so much? The market is concerned about the Federal Reserve Bank continuing to increase rates, as that increases the risk of a recession. While the interest rate hikes have started to reduce inflation, the job market has proven resilient as the number of jobs is growing, and wages are still going up as well, although not as quickly. Many analysts are predicting another rate hike later this month. Also in the news is the recent Supreme Court decision striking down student loan cancellation. In August, the pandemic forbearance ends as well, so payments will start soon. If you have loans and haven't been paying on them, what now? First, make sure you have access to your loan servicer or the company you will be making payments to. Now is the time to set up your login and review your loans and your contact information. If you don't know who your loan servicer is, check the studentaid.gov portal. The CFPB, or Consumer Finance Protection Bureau, said recently that half of student loan borrowers have at least 10% more debt than before the pause on student loan payments, and another 8% are already behind on other loans. If this is you, now is the time to reach out to your loan servicer to discuss options, including deferring payment. Be aware that your loans will typically start accruing interest, so your principal will increase every month you aren't paying on the loans. If you're worried about paying your loans, look into the income-driven repayment plan. You'll have to apply for the program, but it limits your payments to 10 to 20% of your discretionary income, depending on the plan you're in. All of these plans also forgive any remaining balance after 20 to 25 years. Overall, this is a good time to assess your budget. Track your spending to see where you can cut costs. You may need to take on a second job or side hustle to cover the extra payments. If you work for the government or a nonprofit organization, check into the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program. The state of Maryland also has a loan forgiveness program that's tied into purchasing a home called Maryland Smart Buy. And next year, employers can treat student loan payments as if they were 401k contributions when calculating the employer match. Your action item this week is to check your phone for subscriptions that are automatically renewed and cancel any you don't want to keep. Follow us on Facebook and check out our website at CovingtonAlsina.com for more information and great resources. CovingtonAlsina is a registered investment advisor. Information presented for educational purposes only and not intended to make an offer or solicitation for the sale or purchase of any specific securities, investments, or investment strategies. Investments involve risk and unless otherwise stated are not guaranteed. Be sure to first consult with a qualified financial professional and or tax professional before implementing any strategy discussed herein. Past performance is not indicative of future performance. And if you don't have a financial advisor, come talk to us. This is Ann Alsina with CovingtonAlsina.
Coping with advanced illness can be overwhelming, and determining the best options for a loved one isn't always so easy. But here at Hospice of the Chesapeake, your hometown hospice, we want you to know you do have a choice. You can choose exactly who provides the care and the type of care you receive, and it's your decision when and where your loved one receives that care. We have served our community, family, and friends for over 40 years. We are there when you need us. Learn how we can help at hospicechesapeake.org.
It's another exciting weekend of affordable family fun at Prince George's Stadium with the Bowie Bay Sox. It starts on the 14th with our big hitter bobblehead, Connor Norby, for the first 750 fans. Saturday sees our special circus night with post-game fireworks. And Sunday features the Kobe Mayo Squish Pillow with special ticket package. Get your tickets now by calling 301-805-6000 or anytime online at baysox.com. The Bowie Bay Sox. Let us be your 9-inning vacation.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.